John from California, if you had to choose the best commentary team in WWE history, who would you choose out of Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan against Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler? Personally, I would go with Gorilla and Bobby. Hands down. And I love JR and the King. When they were at the peak, they were doing their thing. There's been no better single announcer in wrestling history than Jim Ross. He is the best. He is number one. But as a team, as great of a chemistry as they had together, JR and King, nothing can top Monsoon and Heenan. Nothing. I mean, they were more jokey because, again, Heenan was a funny guy. But when they had to get serious, they could get serious. So, like when it came to the main event matches and that sort of thing. And Heenan had a history, let's say, with Hogan and hating Hogan. And so he would kind of bring that into his commentary. And look at what he did even with Flair at the Rumble in '92. What made his performance so great was he had that personal relationship with Flair. And he wanted so badly for Flair to win that he had a personal investment. You would almost think like if Flair didn't win, two guys were going to come out and put a slug in the back of Heenan's head. So when they had to be serious, they could be. I enjoyed the comic banter between them back and forth. You will not find two announcers or people who had more chemistry in WWE than Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan. It's just not going to happen. They were entertaining. I mean, they were great. They were great in every way. And I grew up on that. So part of it is the nostalgia of it. I'm a little bit biased. But if we have, younger fans watching the product now who don't know from Monsoon and Heenan, and they're listening to this podcast and they're hearing about them and they don't really have that frame of reference. I mean, now with the network, you can go back. They don't have those individual episodes. I mean, the real gold between them were like the episodes of Primetime Wrestling, and for whatever reason, those still are not up on the network. I don't know what the hell they're waiting for. They were on Classics On Demand. But you can go back and find old pay-per-views, I'm sure, where they did commentary together and find clips on YouTube. They were awesome. I mean, you guys really missed out. I mean, if you were not part of that era and you really just have no concept of those two working together, you missed out, boy. Let me tell you. I loved Ross and Lawler together, but they ain't number one. And if you wanted to know, I mean, I'll tell you right now, my top three. Number one is Monsoon and Heenan. Number two would be JR and King. And number three would be, I'll say Vince McMahon and Jesse Ventura. Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse Ventura, they did the first few WrestleManias together. They were also very good. I'd almost put them neck and neck, but I like the chemistry that Vince and Jesse had and how Jesse would always mock McMahon and make fun of his toupee and stuff like that. And they did all those early Saturday Night's Main Event shows together. So that would probably be my top three. Gorilla and Bobby, JR and King, and then Vince and Jesse in that order. Just thinking about it, sitting here now, thinking about that era of the announce teams compared to what we have now, it's just, fuck. My God, what happened? What happened with announcing and wrestling? Jesus Christ.